recently I am for actually going back to Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, I'm going to share with you guys my get ready with me before my school registration, because we are taking photos there for our IDs and for our yearbooks. So I'm quite nervous. Each year I spend a lot of time getting ready for these photos, and each year they turn out really badly. But this year I'm hoping that they will turn out at least a little bit better. And so yeah, I'm going to start off with like skin prep and just doing like my regular skincare for the morning. I like to start off with this annual toner. This was the 77 plus toner, and recently my skin has been pretty good recently. Like, I did get a little bit sunburned, but other than that, not a lot of breakouts, which is good. I always say that in every video, and then I look back and I'm like breaking out. But anyways, yeah, recently it hasn't been that bad. I haven't been breaking out in like my normal like T-zone area and also my chin area, so that's pretty good. But honestly, I'm not really sure if I'm looking forward to going back to school. But what I am looking forward to doing is more back to school vlogs. I'm so excited to do the get ready with me for my first day of school. I know that a lot of people really liked that one from last year. I'm super excited to do like maybe a what's in my bag with everyone, with all my friends when we're back in school. I'm not really sure, like, sorry guys, it's hard to talk while I do gua sha, but yeah, we got our look snatched for these photos. So just a little bit of gua sha, and then honestly you're actually supposed to go like all the way down for lymphatic drainage, but I'm not doing all that right now. Anyways, but yeah, doing my skincare first will definitely give you like that nice, like, kind of, I'm not sure if you're looking for like a super glowy look, especially for photos, because you know that the flash is gonna be on. And guys, do not take any of this as like makeup tutorial or anything like that, because my photos do not normally turn out good. And then also, like, I don't really know how to do makeup really well, or my skincare is also still in like progress of working that out. My skincare, I'm always working on a better skincare routine. But yeah, anyways, I like to put that on pause to do my hair, and then that also just lets my skincare just like soak into my skin, you know what I mean? Okay, for hair, I like to section this back part first to do with this like thicker wand. It's like, I think it's like an inch, maybe even an inch and a half or something like that. But yeah, dude, I have been really tired recently. I think it's just because I'm having to get up early in the morning again. I should have stayed really on routine during the summer, but you know, things happen. I think though that I'm gonna be really getting into like a good school morning routine when it comes to back to school time. I'm not really sure what other back to school videos I should do. Like, I don't normally do like a super big back to school haul or anything like that. I don't really know. I have to look. Like, I've been watching like people do like back to school shopping, back to school hauls. Honestly, if I'm being really realistic, especially for school supplies, not even just clothes, I just like to reuse like whatever I didn't use last year, because I always buy like a bunch of notebooks and then like I barely use them. So is it just me, or is it getting really hot? I'm gonna change really quick. I don't know if you guys can tell, but especially when I'm curling my hair, I like to get really focused, because looking at feet like really scares me. Like, I do not want to get burned. So I like to just kind of take really small sections, and that way like they turn into like a really good curl, because if you take too big of sections, I feel like it doesn't heat up very well. Okay, I'm gonna finish these two parts with this wand, and then I'll be back. Okay, I finished the hair, and then I finished off with like the smaller barrel for the front half of my hair, and I like to clip it back while I work with like any makeup or anything like that, because it also looks better afterwards once you take them out. You guys will see. But okay, yeah, looking much better. And then also I put my hair back. I used this smaller barrel for the front pieces of my hair, and then I feel like to help kind of cover any of like the redness from any breakouts like up here. Also from my sunburn. Okay, next up, bronzer. I use like these e.l.f. bronzing drops. To be honest, they are not super acne safe. Like I feel like I kind of tended to break out when I use this a lot, but we're just gonna use it today. I feel like I use it now only when I'm going out, and it has helped a lot. Like I don't break out as much now that I'm only using it a little bit, but when I used to use this on like the daily during the winter time, and definitely like I noticed that I was having major breakouts. To be honest, I'm trying to make sure that's as blended as possible, but at the same time, especially with flash, I noticed since I've been taking digital photos recently with like my little digital camera, and I got the flash, I've noticed that even with like the flash on, even if it's like a little bit too much bronzer, like you can't really tell, and it just kind of helps your face look a little bit sculpted. Like you can use contour for that. I think like a lighter color, like this is bronzer, which is like supposed to be where the sun hits you, but I don't use it like that. I just use it like right here, I guess. Anyways, next I'm gonna do eyeliner. I'm using this Lancome. This one's the Idol liner. But yeah, to be honest, like I need a new liner like ASAP. I always say that I need a new one, and then all of a sudden it starts working, like okay. But anyways, I'm not the biggest fan of this one because it doesn't stay on very well, and then also like it's very hard to work with at the ends because it's like starting to run out of like the liner. But yeah. Moving on, this is the NYX lip liner. Then the shade, I think it's like brown or something like that, just to line the lips a little bit. Now this is a pretty dark shade, so I like to like really rub it in. And then also what you can do is go in on the eyes too. And then it gives you kind of like a nice little shadow. But something that I learned really recently is that you can also, if you have a brown shade, you can also do nose contour a little bit. Yeah, you can do that with either or this. Okay, moving on. Now I'm gonna curl my eyelashes because when you do lashes, and I'm doing like, I think I'm gonna do clusters because you need to do like the thick ones. I got these off of Amazon. Thicker ones, even though they look kind of crazy in person, like they're much better in photos and stuff. They show up a lot better, and they show up kind of natural looking too, so you don't have to worry about that. Okay, I finished the lashes, and yes, they're looking kind of thick, but trust me that they will look a lot like thinner in the photos, if you know what I mean, because like they don't show up as much. But anyways, I'm gonna go back and line the bottom of my eye. Okay, that's good enough, I feel like. Dude, I'm not really super excited to go back. I'm more excited, like, I know I've been saying this, but I'm just really more excited for the back to school vlogs than I am for actually going back to school. I'm not really sure how I want to smile. I was thinking about that just now, and now I'm like, I'm not really sure how I want to smile in my ID photo, because sometimes I smile with teeth, sometimes I don't. And some days it looks a lot better when I smile with teeth than it does when I don't, but like, I feel like if I don't smile with teeth, I'm going to regret it more than if I do smile with teeth, if you know what I mean. But anyways, I'm using this. This one is, it says it's fixing or whatever. It says fixing, but I'm not really sure. This is a lip stain, I'm pretty sure. And I like to use it to kind of like line right below the brown that I did earlier. And then what's bomb about this is that you can use it as a little bit of a blush, and it stays on a pretty long time. I'm not trying to do too much now because I am kind of worried about blush blindness, but to be honest, I feel like in photos it'll turn out fine even if you have blush blindness, you know, especially with flash, because like then it actually like shows up. Okay, anyways, I'm using this L'Oreal Paris lipstick in the shade Mauve, I think. And also, this is not my favorite. I honestly have not been using this recently because I don't like how it has, sometimes because of the shimmer, it also has like this weird like a white kind of like look to it, so it kind of bothers me. But I also really like using this. It works really well as a highlighter, so. And then you can use oil blotting paper. And the T-zone, I feel like, is the worst. Okay, and then I like to just do a little bit of oil blotting on my T-zone and also chin. I'm not really sure if that's working or not. But that way, like, you can either use powder or something like that. That way, like, your T-zone and your chin isn't like super oily. And then also, like, I should do like right here too. And then lastly is gloss. I'm using the Wet n Wild gloss. I haven't used this in so long. I'm bringing back so many of my like older things that I used to use because I found it in my bag and I realized that I have not been using any of these. I think I'm gonna put on another necklace, but yeah. I'm gonna take this out. Little spray. I just got this one. This was the Carolina Herrera Good Girl Blush. I think that's how you apply it, because I know some people like put it on and then they go like that, but I watched the thing and it said to do it like that. But it smells pretty good. Like, it's not as good as I was expecting because everyone was like raving about it, but I don't know, I think it's just like okay, you know what I mean? But anyway, see how like the hair kind of comes back down and it looks a lot better now. But yeah, I think this does it for the makeup look for and getting ready for my picture day. I'm really super nervous. I'm gonna come back and show you guys the picture, but that is just about it for the Get Ready With Me. I will be back. Okay guys, I got back, and by the way, I changed into this Garage Black Scoop tank top, I think it's called. But yeah, Julie, Target, Coach, this one, Target as well. It comes in like a 3-pack of different earrings that you can wear. And then, okay, and then Reveal, this is also going to be my yearbook picture. It's like mid, honestly. I feel like it could have been better. it's very, I feel like my eyes are kind of asymmetrical, but other than that, I feel like it's not bad this year. So hopefully it's not bad. I hope you guys don't think it's too bad. But yeah, that pretty much does it for my get ready with me. Sorry, I was quite logged in throughout the get ready with me, but I still hope you guys enjoyed watching, and I also hope to see you guys all in my next video. Bye!